So welcome back dear students. In today's class we will discuss about basis and frequency distribution. When we collect data, when we learn about classification, then after classifying the data, now it is time to distribute that data according to the series, according to their attributes, according to their dependency. So in today's class, we will discuss what are bases and what is frequency distribution, what is cumulative frequency distribution, and how we prepare frequency distribution. What is the method of constructing frequency distribution? While understanding the frequency distribution basis, first I would like to tell you about this series. Fine. In your future units like mean, median, mode, also we will solve all the question. We will calculate the data on the basis of series. Fine. There are three types of series. The first one is individual series, second is discrete, and the third one is continuous series. Fine. In individual series, the independent data is given which is not related to any other data and which is independent in nature. In discrete series, there will be frequency along with the series. Suppose number of persons in the family and number of income and how much income they are getting. Suppose 10,000, the income group is 10,000. 5 persons are taking 10,000 rupees. 15,000 rupees is next 8 persons of the company are having the salary of 15,000 rupees. So this 5, 10, these number of persons are frequency of that discrete series. When the data size is huge, we categorize the salaries, the income into certain groups like 0 to 10,000, 10,000 to 20,000, 20,000 to 50,000. So these are the continuous frequency distribution. Continuous series. This is known as the continuous series. So, in the realm of statistical analysis, basis and frequency distribution play a crucial role in organizing and summarizing data. Basis refers to the classification criteria or categories used to group data, while frequency distribution provides a systematic way of representing the occurrence of data point within those categories. These categories are essential for business professionals as they aid in the data interpretation and decision making. Basis and frequency distribution. Now we will understand what is basis and what is frequency distribution. Now we will understand both the concepts separately. So what is basis? Basis serve as the foundation of constructing frequency distribution. They are the distinct categories or intervals into which data is classified. The choice of basis depends on the nature of the data and the objective of analysis. Basis could be numeric, intervals, ranges, or qualitative categories. For instance, in a business scenario, if you are reanalyzing sales data, basis could represent different product categories, time periods, or geographical regions. Frequency distribution. What is frequency distribution? It is a tabular or graphical representation that showcases the distribution of data across various bases. It provides insights into the pattern, concentration, and dispersion of data. Here is an example of frequency distribution as it refers to the data classified on the basis of some variables. It can be measured as price, weight, height, wages. So earlier I told you about how we divided salary into categories. So here you can see weights. So this is, we represent weights by X and we will represent number of students by frequency. These are the frequency. On your extreme left corner you can see that weights means the weight of students given in the kgs. There are 9 students in the class who are having weight in between 31 kg to 35 kg. There are 14 students in the class who are having the weight of 41 kg to 45 kg, which is an average weight. So you can see that the students falls under the category of 41 to 45 are highest, as 71 to 75. The weight, as we know, we took this weight as the overweight students. So such type of students are very few in the class, like 1 or hardly 2. Fine. As gradually the weight is increasing, what we are able to see, that number of student is decreasing. Fine. So we are here, we do not, there is no need to interpret the data or analyze the data. This is just an example of frequency distribution. It is just a general table of weights and number of students. Fine. So yes, there is one important concept which you should keep in mind, that here you can see that number of students are 9, 5, 14, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. Somewhere the number is increasing and somewhere the number is decreasing. If you will find the number of students in continuously increasing order, then it will be cumulative frequency distribution. It will not be a normal frequency distribution. Okay. So if in next table you will see the data is increasing, the number of students, the number of persons, the number of calls. So you should look on this data, how it is arranging. It is arranging in increasing order or it is a random data given. Fine. So here are some terms of the frequency distribution. The following technical items are important when a continuous frequency distribution is formed. The earlier slide was the example of continuous frequency distribution. So here in continuous frequency distribution, what is this? 31 to 35, 36 to 40. So this is your class limit, where the difference is what? 5, 5. So what is class limit? When L1 and L2 is given in the continuous frequency distribution. So 31 is your lower limit and 35 is your upper limit. So class limits are the lowest and highest values that can be included in a class. For example, take the class of 51 to 55. The lowest value of the class is 51 and the highest value is 55. In this case, in this class, there can be no value lesser than 51 or more than 55. 51 is lower class limit and 55 is upper limit. Now, what is class interval? The difference between the upper and lower limit of a class is known as class interval of that class. Now, what is class frequency? The number of observation corresponding to a particular class is known as the frequency of that class. How to construct frequency distribution? The process of constructing a frequency distribution involves several steps. As we covered, collection of data. So collection of data is the first step. So gather the data that you want to analyze. Then select the basis on which basis you want to categorize the data further. Now determine the frequency. Count the number of data points falling into each basis. Then calculate relative frequency. Divide the frequency of each basis by the total number of data points. Then calculate cumulative frequency. Now you have to sum up the given relative frequencies. Then calculate cumulative relative frequencies. Sum up the relative frequency from the first basis to each subsequent basis. So these were the steps of constructing frequency distribution. So basis and frequency distribution are essential tools for summarizing and analyzing data in the field of business statistics. By organizing data into categories and providing insights into data distribution, these concepts assist business professionals in making informed decisions. A solid understanding of basis and frequency distribution enables effective data interpretation and aids in uncovering patterns and trends within the business data. So thank you everyone. I hope this information will be useful for you. Mummy,